ayah number 33. 33 we see here, وَقَرْنَ فِي بُيُوتِكُنَّ وَلَا تَبَرَّجْنَ تَبَرُّجَ جَاهِلِيَّةِ الْأُولَى. Remain in your homes and do not display your beauty as it used to be displayed in the days of earlier ignorance, and establish salah and pay zakah and obey Allah and His Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Allah only intends to keep all sorts of filth away from you. What Allah wa Rasuluhu innama yuridu Allah liyuzhiba ankum rijsa ahlal bayti wa yutahhirakum tathira. O member of the family of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and to make you pure through a perfect purification. So when we see وَقَرْنَا فِي بُيُوتِكُنَّ وَلَا تَبَرَّجْنَ تَبَرُّجَ جَاهِلِيَّةِ الْأُولَى, and abide in your homes and do not display yourself, was the display of the former times of ignorance. The fact is not just for azwajul mutahhara, but for all women. It is essential that they make their homes their real centers. What is this ayah means? Basically, here women are being discouraged from being out in public, in the eyes of people, going around in busy areas unnecessarily. This doesn't mean that a woman just remain inside her house always and all the time. No, she may go, but when she does go, she should not go out dressed in a way that she dressed in her house. You understand? This doesn't mean that a woman is not allowed to go outside. She can go, but she should not go out in a way that she draws attention to herself. How? By dressing up in a particular way, or by speaking, by carrying herself in a particular way. No, she should refrain from tabarruj. But what is tabarruj? Tabarruj is from buruj, and you know buruj, we heard this like when we go to Dubai, you know buruj. So here buruj is a tower, alright? When you drive into a new city, before you even enter the city, what do you see from far? Do you see where the downtown is? Why is it that? You recognize instantly where the downtown is. Why? Because you see the tower, right? So from far, the tower, the building, noticeable. This is tabarruj, that the woman displays her adornment openly, highlighting herself, bringing attention to herself, that her makeup, her hair, her clothes, her shoes, her fragrance, everything is drawing attention to her. And remember, tabarruj is just not in the physical sense, meaning how a woman dresses up, but it also in her style of walking. You know, sometimes the pretense of walking and or making a sound, in her style of carrying herself, even her talking and her interacting with others, it should not be such that it draws attention, because sometimes it happens the women are covered, like you know, when they are completely covered from head to toe, alright, big jilbab, everything is covered, but the way the arms are, you know, hanging, the way they are talking to each other, being so frank in the open and slapping each other, giggling, making fun, you know, all like on the shoulders and giggling out in the open. I mean, this is also something that draws attention. So I'm not saying like, you know, in the everybody is there, all women are there, that's okay, but you know, you are in the public place and na mahram is there and everybody is watching. I'm talking about that. So remember, it's all about your attitude, right? It's not about a physical cloth only. Yes, the cloth is important, the hijab is important, but in addition to that, we also need to see how we carry ourselves out in public. Are we drawing unnecessary attention? Like, for example, if a woman is constantly on phone talking so loudly and giggling, I mean, of course people are going to wonder what is she talking about. Forget a woman, any person, isn't it? Even if it is a man, if they are talking like that, even everybody is going to be, everyone attention will be towards them, isn't it? So woman who has to be careful, especially when it comes to this matter. Likewise, for her to come in public and she has adorned herself is also something incorrect, because Allah says wala tabarrujna, don't do tabarruj. And for this tabarruj, you don't really need to step outside of your house. These days you don't have to go out into the mall. These days you don't have to go and work in a TV station or like a TV show or something like that. No, all of you need to do is take a photo and put online. That's the tabarruj. This can be done even from your phone. Tabarruj can be done through your phone today, even through your like in small gadgets, like it can be phone or iPad, whatever it may be. So we have to be careful that whatever we are doing, are we displaying our adornment in a way that we are attracting attention. Alright, like putting on different social media sites and displaying ourselves. I had this thing and that thing. What for? To whom we are showing? This is tabarruj. This doesn't mean that a woman has to be covered up and she has to becoming unknown in society. I'm not saying that. No, you can be known, you can be well known, your name can be famous, people can benefit from good that you have to offer, just like Aisha radiallahu anha. But it doesn't mean that you do it in a way that Allah disapproves of it. Do not cross the limits. Tell me, Aisha radiallahu anha, was she famous? Of course. Did people come to her asking her questions, seeking knowledge from her? Yes. But do we learn that she is sitting outside, on top of the member and all the men are sitting in front of her? This is how she is sitting? No. Did she do that? No, she didn't. She didn't do that. Why? Because for a woman, remember, she can bring benefit to the community even while observing this ahkamat. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has revealed for her, because when a woman put herself out there, then she displays her adornment, her beautification, highlighting herself outside in the public eye, then what happens? She's inviting fitna for herself. I mean, you don't know. Excuse me. So you don't know, reveal for her, because when a woman put herself out there, when she displays her adornment, her beautification, highlighting herself outside in public eye, then what happens? She's inviting fitna for herself. I mean, you don't know how people are looking at you. You don't know what they are thinking of you. You really didn't know. So it's best that you protect yourself. And notice over here what has been mentioned, that refrain from tabarruj of the former times, of the times of Jahiliyyah, meaning the time before Islam. Remember, Allah does not like tabarruj of a woman. He does not like it when a woman displays herself. Prophet ﷺ said, do not ask about the destruction of 3 types of people. A woman whose husband is absent, taking care of all her worldly needs, and she displays her adornment behind him, meaning that her husband is not around. Alright, so what happens? She goes around outside displaying her adornment, right? She is taking advantage of that, seeking attention of other people, seeking attention of other men. You see, this is a fitna for women. Alright, men, what is the fitna? The sexual desire. What is the woman's fitna? What is a woman fitna? Being noticed, right? Adorning themselves, displaying their beauty. I mean, it's amazing. You go to any party just looking at the length. So which woman will beautify themselves? Isn't it amazing? How long does it take guys to get dressed up? How long? Not very long. All they need to do is just put their clothes on. Khalas. maximum put a watch on it or put something, that's it. But for women, yani every part of the body, from eyelashes, eyebrows to the eyelid, cheeks, yani every part of the body, this is a test for women. You understand? It's not haram, it's just a test that how do you fulfill this need of yourself in a lawful way. How do you do that? That is the test. We see very, very few women who do tabaruj will make it to paradise. Prophet ﷺ said in hadith, we learned that in Musnad Ahmad, that once Umar bin Quzaymah, he said, we were in journey, we were traveling for Hajj or Umrah with the Umar bin As radiallahu anhu, and when we reached a place near Makkah, which is Marzaharan, a woman was sitting on her camel and her hand was on the saddle. Her hand were on the saddle, and Umar bin As radiallahu anhu, he changed his direction, he went another way. So we went along with him, and he said that once we were with the Prophet ﷺ here in the same place, then we saw a few crows, in which was a white crow also, whose beak and feet were red. So imagine black crows, and in them is a crow that is all white. Just the feet and beak are what? They are red. Prophet ﷺ said, in Jannah only such women will enter who are like this crow among this flock of crows, meaning very few, rare, because majority of the women, they fall in this fitna, don't they? Many of us do that even while wearing hijab. What happened to us? We forgot our etiquette. When we are in front of men, the way we talk, we laugh, the way we chat with them as if they are full of they are not mahram, and the way we talk, we keep forgetting to whom we are talking. Prophet ﷺ said, none that in Jannah only such women will enter who are like the crows among their flocks of crows, meaning very few. Hassan al-Basri, he said, the lady who was sitting, because of whom Umar bin As changed his direction, she had in both her hand rings and adornment, meaning her hands were decorated, alright, and she had put both her hands out. So you imagine, like nails with paints, like nail polish and rings, henna, whatsoever, then of course they are deliberately being shown and then they are displayed outside. This is what? Tabaruj. That here my hands are decked out and all I can show, so here you go, right? This is sad. I mean, we are wearing hijab, and the part that is exposed, we highlight that even more. Then we are doing more tabarruj, you understand? Because if everything is covered and only part which is shown is highlighted, is decorated even more, then what is going to happen? It is going to attract even more attraction. So remember, zina has to be covered instead of being displayed in front of men. We have to be very careful about this. So when a woman has to go to public place, then what is it that she has to do? She has to cover her zina. I mean, a hadith, they don't tell us that a woman has to leave zina. I mean, Aisha radiallahu anha, she is going with Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam on a journey. And that journey, the Sahaba are going to fight a battle. And Aisha radiallahu anha, what does she take with herself? A necklace. I mean, seriously, how often do we wear necklace under our hijab? Like, honestly, it's rare, right? Because it gets stuck in the hijab and everything. I mean, generally we like to take these things off when we have to have our hijab on for a whole day. But imagine Aisha radiallahu anha is going on a journey and she is borrowing a necklace so that she looks nice. This is something natural within the woman's nature. But when you go out in public place, when you are coming in the attention of men, they have to look at you because it's something that is understood. then a woman must adopt simplicity over there, not by abandoning her zina, but by concealing her zina. Just to make a correction, no one is abandoning zina but concealing it. It was underneath, like how Aisha radiallahu anha, she was wearing jewelry inside her jalbab. The wives of Prophet and establish prayer and give zakah and obey Allah and His Messenger. The wives of Prophet are being addressed over here. That give zakah and obey Allah and His Messenger, meaning just because he is your husband, don't forget to treat him as a prophet as well. He's a prophet, right? And he is after all the messenger of Allah. So whatever he commands you as a prophet, then make sure you obey him. Allah intends only to remove from you the impurity of the sin, O people of Prophet household, and purify you with extensive purification. وَأَطِيعُوا اللَّهَ وَرَسُولَهُ إِنَّمَا يُرِيدُ اللَّهُ لِيُذْهِبَ عَنكُمْ رِجْسَ أَهْلَ الْبَيْتِ وَيُطَهِّرَكُمْ تَطْهِيرًا. So here, family of Prophet ﷺ, but this ayah people misquote and misunderstand about Ahle Bayt. Why we are all these commands given here to oppress the best women? No. Not let them come to the forefront to prevent their advancement, their progress. No way. I mean, we see Aisha radiallahu anha, who does not know her name. Which Muslim doesn't know her name? Like seriously, Hafsa radiallahu anha, which Muslim does know her name? I mean, this is something that is understood. The wives of Prophet to prevent their advancement, their progress. No way. I mean, we see Aisha radiallahu anha, who does not know her name. Which Muslim doesn't know her name? Like seriously, Hafsa radiallahu anha, which Muslim does know her name? I mean, this is something that is understood. The wives of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, they are well respected in their contribution for their knowledge, for their sacrifices, for whatever they did. They are appreciated, they are well known, but they did not offer their services by compromising on haya. They never compromise on haya, on modesty. No, they did not. And this is something we need to learn from them. Remember, because you see, for a woman to display herself, Tabaruj, this is something that attracts attention immediately. Like within seconds, within no time, you put a picture of beautiful woman on a front cover page. On a front cover page of a magazine, right? For example, you cover photo, right? You just put that up. What happens? People will instantly click on it. Who is this person? Do I know them? Right? It happens, but there is no picture, no face, and people have to look at you. Okay, what is this person saying? Who are they? What are they even doing? Then read what they write, then check what they say. This is what really promoting the work and not the person. This is what we need to think about. Let's not be concerned about promoting ourselves. We need to be concerned about promoting the message of Deen. We need to become real contributors, not by displaying ourselves, but by highlighting our work, by doing our work with excellence. And this is what we need to do. So over here we see the reason that is given, that the hikmah behind all of this command is that Allah wishes to keep the family of Prophet ﷺ clean. He wishes to keep the wives of Prophet ﷺ pure. Because you see, when something is displayed, when it is freely publicized, then does it lose dignity also? Yeah, it does. I mean, think about it. Have you ever seen those bushes with advertisement and that some of the things when you see some huge vehicles which ads on it, do you watch them? Or I'm talking about the big billboards when you are passing by. Do you notice that? You do, right? The same way. So even for small ad, people display like a beautiful woman, and everybody is watching that, and it is like a apparent, isn't it? So the fact is, when something is freely publicized, it loses its dignity, right? Why is it that certain products, when they are to be released, not even an image is leaked out, is sent, is shown? Why? Because eventually after months then an image is released, then finally a product is displayed. Why is it that? Because eyes even stain, because remember, sight even stain. It does. That's why Jannah, there are blessings that no eyes has seen, no eyes has ever seen. So we see over here that the dirty eyes of men, they can set up upon a woman, that this can be source of shar for her. It's kind of filth. So the wives of Prophet ﷺ are ordered over here to preserve their dignity. How? By keeping themselves protected from the filthy eyes of men. Cover yourself, guard yourself, protect yourself in a way that the dirty eyes of women don't even set upon you. And especially if a woman goes out displaying herself, then this is worse. So here in ayah number 33 we have seen in the detail, remain in your home and do not display your beauty as it used to be displayed in the days of Jahiliyyah, ignorance. And after that, hukum for waqimus salata wa atuz zakat, establish salah and zakah, and wa ati'na Allah wa rasuluh, obey Allah and His Messenger. And Allah intends, innama yuridullah, Allah intends to keep all sorts of filth away from you, our members of family of the Prophet, and to make you pure through a perfect purification. And some of the different sect of people, they take this ayah in a different manner, and they code it for Ahle Bayt, only the family of Prophet ﷺ, like all the wives of Prophet ﷺ and their own family, but they code for the Panjatul Pak. That is incorrect, and they add few people and they remove few people. Let's not talk about it. But Prophet ﷺ, they are well respected in their contribution for their knowledge, for their